Hello. Have you ever been curious on metrics and analytics related to your website traffic? A lot of times companies spend a fair amount of money and energy developing their website, but they don't always track the performance of it and how well it's driving visitors to learn more about their business. What I'm going to show in a second is a Tableau dashboard that's hooked up to Google Analytics data, and it's going to help us understand traffic into our website both in the current period and then with recent trends. We're going to be able to see what pages are people hitting, how long are they staying on them, how long is it taking each page to load. And then we'll see a few other supplementary metrics like what websites are driving traffic to us, and then what device type are people using as they access our website. And ideally, we can use this different information to design our site better, to give us better interactions with our customers. So here's a look at our dashboard that's hitting that Google Analytics data, but we could hook this up to other website traffic data if you were able to get a hold of it. Let me orient you real quick on what we're looking at, and then we'll find some insights. So across the top here, we just have some of the main metrics we're looking at. How many sessions, so basically how many visits. How long were people generally on your website on average? How long did it take a page to load? And what's the bounce rate? This is how many people are leaving the site. And then we're going to see a trend of the overall number of visits or sessions hitting your website. Next up, I think it's important to understand how much traffic is going through each page on your site. So not real surprisingly, probably, the home page is getting the majority of the traffic. And then we can see how that breaks down for all the other ones on the site. We can see what the trend has been. And then we're getting some more of these more specific metrics. So how long are people on the page when they're viewing? What's the average load time? And then again, the bounce rate. So what page are they leaving your site altogether from? And then down below, we're going to get some more information on what source site is sending traffic your way. So a lot of times we'll see the big search sites up here, but there might be other websites that have links and stuff into your specific website. And then finally, I think it's good to look at the traffic by device type. In this case, most of it is coming from the desktop, but let's say the majority of your traffic came from cell phones or mobile phones. You may want to take that into account when you're designing your website just to make it a little bit more mobile friendly. In this case, though, that wouldn't be the case. Okay, so now that we know what we're looking at, let me go through a little bit and let's see if we can find any insights or takeaways. First up, I think we saw this earlier, but the overall traffic into the site is steadily increasing recently. So that's a good sign. We have more and more people coming to our website. Then, like I mentioned earlier, and not real surprisingly, the homepage has the most visits, followed by beers, events, and then we have some other ones. We can see what the overall traffic has been about those. One thing that stands out, well, maybe a few things stand out with the traffic. Let's just go through each of them. So I think one interesting thing was with our beer section. So we used to have pretty low and steady volume, and then we made a change. In this case, this was fall of 21. And then we started to see quite a bit more volume coming through as we were explaining our different beers to people. So this is a good way to get people understanding more about our product and our offerings of beers, so they will seek them out in the future. On the other side of things, our About page is now getting very little traffic. So maybe we have some broken links or something else that we can look at, because for whatever reason, people used to access this page, but it's really dropped off from that. When we're looking at average time on the page, it's good to have people, spending a few minutes looking through things, not just clicking on it and then moving off right away. We'll see in this case, people tend to dwell longest on our beers page. So we're seeing good increases in the people visiting it, and then they're also spending a few minutes of time trying to learn more about our beers. So that seems like a good sign. Next up, as we're looking through how long it takes each page to load, none of these are too concerning. let's just say average load time on our homepage was 5 seconds or something. People are very impatient these days, so maybe 5 seconds was causing people to leave even before the site was loaded. Nothing here seems to be too concerning, but we could watch and see as these maybe trend up over time. And then we're generally not seeing people leave from one specific page. If we saw that maybe 90% of our traffic always left straight from the homepage, that might suggest that they aren't visiting any other of our pages. But it looks like it's pretty even breakdown of how people are leaving our site. Okay, and then along the bottom, we're seeing where people are coming in from. So not a big surprise, most are coming in from Google, and we've seen some good increases there. What would be interesting is if we were running some Google ads, it would be good to mark at the point in time that we started doing that and see what the traffic looked like to see how successful our ads were. In this example, beer.com just started sending us more and more traffic. So that might be a ad that we started to run or some other partnership that we have with that beer.com site, which looks like it's paying off because a lot more traffic's coming in from that site. And then I already mentioned this one. I think this would be useful if we saw a lot of new traffic or just a larger percent of our overall traffic was coming in from mobile devices. We might want to design our site a little bit differently just so it's more user-friendly to people coming in and looking at our stuff. Okay, so that's our website traffic summary. Hope that gave some insights and ideas about how this might be useful for your company. To view the overall traffic coming into your website. Is it going up? Is it going down? Understanding what pages people are hitting, and then once they hit them, do they stay on them for a while? Are they really soaking up a lot of the good content you have? Or are they just taking off right away? We're also able to see what sites are sending people to our website. So that would be especially important if we're running ads or we have some other new initiative that we're doing to try to drive traffic from another website into ours. We'd be able to look at that trend and see how well that's performing so far. And then finally, we can check out what device they're using and potentially design our website slightly different depending how most people are hitting it. So if you have any questions on any of that, or if you'd like to see your information coming through here, to see how it would stack up on the dashboard, we can very easily connect to your instance of Google Analytics and pull all that data out. So if you'd like to see how that would be done, please contact me. My email is jeremy@centralcoast-analytics.com. Again, that's jeremy@centralcoast-analytics.com. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.